Hello, I'm Willow, and this is Wish Upon a Willow. And I thought I was done recording videos for today. I drove all the way home from work, and then, increasingly on the way home on my hour-long commute, I just, kept thinking about this, um, just need to make this video, and a little bit about what I was going to talk about, mostly about the just this need to speak about this right now. So I feel like this is a message for someone who needs to hear it. Of course, if it resonates, cool. If it doesn't, don't and try to force it or anything. I'm going to get very vulnerable in this video. Just so you know. And the theme is spiritual psychosis, which spirituality is great. I'm still a very spiritual person and have a lot of beliefs that a lot of people would think are batshit crazy. I've come to terms with that, and I no longer care if people think that I'm crazy. However, there was a period of time in the not so far away past when I started my spiritual journey. This all started during the eclipse last year. What was that, in April of 2024? I think, give or take a month, somewhere in that time period. When I decided I was stuck. Sorry if I'm tripping over my words. My brain tends to go faster than I'm speaking, or I try to speak too fast. Both of those things happen. And I will, trip over my words. I forgot where I was. One moment. Yes, I was getting over the fear of being a magical being. And I dove into spirituality very, very quickly. And then I had a huge spiritual awakening, but I hadn't done the shadow work necessary to know myself, to put into practice what I was putting into practice. I just kind of dove into it really, really quickly, and I was not grounded at all. And I was very much in my ego. And see, that's the problem. I didn't realize I was in my ego, but I was very heavily. And I made a lot of decisions that hurt someone who is very dear to me and who does not speak to me anymore because of the decisions I made during this spiritual psychosis. And it took, even after that falling out, several months before I understood that's what happened. And I think that I went through that partly because I was meant to share this with people and help people understand. by speaking on the lessons I learned during this whole process. So at that point in time, I was having like gifts turn on. Like I can like get messages from spirits that have passed on in my dreams usually, although I am hesitant to work with spirits for other people because of the events that happened. And they're deeply personal, and I'm not going to get into the details of these events, except to say, because one, it's something that I'm not sure if I want to share for myself, but I really want to respect the privacy of this individual who the spirit that was contacting me was connected to this person. I'm not going to share any details about that. But I will say that the spirit was sending me messages that they desperately wanted to reach out to this person. And I got so swept up in that, that I pushed upon this person these messages, or like got myself involved where I shouldn't have been, stepped over boundaries I shouldn't have stepped over. This is so hard to talk about. I like don't talk about this, but I feel that I need to. I feel like there's a reason. I feel like there's people that need to hear this message. So I put myself where I did not belong. Like, as in, I crossed into territory I shouldn't have been messing with. Especially because I didn't have the consent of the living individual. Hold on, I just got an important message, so let me respond to that real quick, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. And I, like, at that period of time was convinced, like, this was my divine mission. Like, I needed to do this. I needed to help the spirit, because I hadn't been contacted by a spirit in, like, since I was, like, a teenager. I'm in my 30s now. I know I don't like it. But so because I suddenly had this activation of this gift, I thought that meant I was supposed to help. And I had watched so much Medium and like Ghost Whisperer and shows like that whenever I was a teenager, that like where they would put themselves in situations that were absolutely insane to go help the spirits pass on. I thought that it was one of those type scenarios. Like I needed to do that. Now I realize it's very important to get the consent of the individual who the spirit is connected to see if they even want you to help. The other person is dead. Like, you can be like, go to the light. Sorry, they're not more important than the person that's living. I realize that now. So whenever this all happened, now I realize I was incredibly ungrounded. Whenever you are getting into spiritual practices, it is important to be grounding yourself into your human body. It is important to be human and to be spiritual. 100% both of these things. I dove into this and I was convinced that spirituality was more in my head, and not in my head as in like made up, but like I would isolate and focus 100% on like doing divination, tarot readings and runes and doing spells, like all of the magical practices and everything, but I wasn't cleaning my room or taking showers as much as I needed to, or taking care of myself. I wasn't focused on building healthy relationships with people and any of the like boring aspects of being human. I thought I just needed to be meditating and like in the clouds. Now I realize you need to have your feet. It was just 333 on the timer. I got that. And now I realize you need to do the mundane things, and they are just as important to spirituality as the fun gifts. And you're never going to get all of your fun gifts that you unlock if you don't focus on being grounded in reality. And now I understand more what is possible, what is real, what is I can't think of the words. I've been like this all day. If you saw my other videos today, oh, woof. I'm trying. I cannot think of words. I was like in a massage session today and I was trying to communicate. I'm like, I don't remember the word for that. That happens so many times. Bear with me. Doing daily practices of showing up for your human self and the humans in your life is so important. And you can't just focus on the spiritual without being fully embodied and grounded and rooted in the earth. It's very important. Whenever you are starting your spiritual practice, especially, because it's so easy to get swept up in watching tarot videos and all the fun things that you like want to do with your clairs. But it's so important to have daily practices for keeping yourself grounded in your body, like mindfulness and meditation, but also mundane things like brushing your teeth and touching grass and cleaning your room or whatever, and talking to people. I'm really bad about just disappearing on people and forgetting, not necessarily forgetting that they exist, but like in my mind I can easily be like, yeah, that person is there, but like it doesn't matter if I don't talk to them because they're always going to be there. And like, does that make sense? It's not true, but I'll be like, yeah, I don't need to put any effort into that relationship because, like, I have ADHD, so I don't experience um friendship, what is it called, relationship depreciation. I don't think that's the word, but like, with a person with ADHD, you could not see someone for 6 months and then talk to them, and the relationship is exactly as it was before. So I'm not saying give more than you're able to or that you need to constantly be communicating. I'm saying have balance. You can go ghost mode for a while, of course, if you feel like it, but remember that you need people as well. We're social creatures. We need to talk to people. We need to reach out to our people that are important to us, people that care about us. And before, like, before making any rash decisions, that was a part of this whole thing, right? Like, if I had stepped back and thought about what I was doing and sat with my feelings and, like, how do I feel, because I got totally wrapped up in how this spirit wanted me to handle things, that I wasn't thinking, like, what do I want, because what I want is more important than what that spirit wants. I'm just saying. Like, I I'm an empath and I could feel her feelings, and it felt more important than what I wanted. And if I had just stepped back for a moment and just, like, thought on it, I think I would have made different decisions. The decisions I made, I was meant to make, and I am learning to forgive myself for that. But it's important to sit with it. Do not make hasty decisions that are ego based and end up doing something that you'll regret. Come back into your body, see how you feel, sit with it. I can't think of any other examples of what this could apply to, but I'm sure that there are plenty. I mean, I'm so in, like, this is what happened to me in this particular instance, that's the only example I can give you, unfortunately. However, I'm sure you can figure out how that applies to your life if this does resonate. Make sure you really sink into the patience of the matter at hand before taking a hasty jump into something that you might end up regretting. And consistently be showing up for yourself physically. Make sure you're drinking water. Make sure you're breathing. Read materials, learn stuff. Eat food. Things that bring you into your body. Exercising, stretching, balance. It's all about balance. And oh, dear freaking, just, I was gonna say, dear Lord. Oh, I'm not even a Christian. I don't know. I don't even say that. Maybe someone in this, like, collective talks like that. I've never had a collective before. This is my first collective reading video literally ever. Huh. Interesting. I'm just realizing that. Because, like, I could not make this video. Like, I just kept thinking about it. And I'm like, I need to make this video, like, right now, as soon as I get home. I have to make it. I've been feeling like that a little bit more and more the past couple days. Like this morning, I woke up and I was like, I need to write this thing down. And then I went back to sleep and then I regretted it. So I'm like, I'm not going to regret this one. I'm going to make this say what I need to say. And so maybe that you have things that you need to channel and like write down or make videos about. Listen to that divine guidance. Like, if you need to do the thing, do the thing. But do it from a balanced place. If you feel that you're getting triggered, like, by things, you're probably in your ego. Because, look, I didn't recognize that I was in my ego. If somebody says something to you and it can make you angry or defensive or whatever, like, you're coming from a place of ego. Sorry. And making those kinds of decisions can have some undesired consequences. I am still living with mine. So, just be cautious, you know? Like, I'm not saying don't. I'm not saying this to make you scared either. Just as a word of caution to really just take the time and think things through. And feel how you feel about things and sink into your body and be patient and be present and feel free to put excuse me, I had spicy chips and now I'm like, oh, got some indigestion. Feel free to put in the comment section if you have any questions or if you want to share your own experience, if this relates with you, or you could even shoot me an email. I'll put that in the description box. If you would like, just want to share it with me and don't feel like sharing it publicly. I'm curious to know. And if you feel called, it could help other people. I'm surprised I haven't cried during this reading. I'm very emotional about this subject. It's something that literally just possessed me for months, where I was in complete la la land, delulu. Like, now I say things and other people might think I'm crazy, but at least I'm grounded. Then I was in a state. I was chasing instead of sitting back and receiving. I was in this desperation energy. I was sorry, I just got another text message. That distracted me. I was pushing and pushing, trying so hard to figure things out instead of just letting the answers come to me. It was so bad. Like, I feel shame, and I should. But I'm forgiving myself for these things. It's a process. It's good that I feel shame. I recognize that what I did was wrong and I can grow from it. And I am very thankful that I've come to a point where I can sit with this, recognize it, learn, grow, release the guilt that I've been holding for, God, it's been almost a year and a half now. And then it was still several months after that I was taking a master class on Jungian psychology and learned about spiritual psychosis, and that's when it literally just clicked, and I was like, oh, that's what happened. And then I went through this whole period of like not knowing what was real, not knowing if I should continue to pursue spirituality, or if I did, it was like I just felt like a lot of shame, and I was like afraid of what people would think, and I just went through this whole transformation. I hit rock bottom, and really, really hard. I like had my dark night of the soul and faced myself. I was in art school, which I'm so grateful for art school. That really helped me get through all of this. Just like, I felt like I was going crazy making art. I was like staying after and like spending just so many hours. I felt like I lost my mind a little bit. Then I found it, and it was great. So and that's all I'm gonna share for now. If you have any questions, if you want to guide me into if I should continue to talk about this subject, if you want to hear more, if you want to hear different aspects of it, let me know in the comment section. Like this video if it helped you. Subscribe if you like the vibe, and you can check out my mindfulness practices and meditations and whatnot, other videos on my channel if you'd like. I got a lot going on right now. Thank you for listening. Thank you for letting me be here, be vulnerable with you. It's hard. I'm gonna post this on the internet. I'm doing it. It's so embarrassing. But you know what? I've like grown so much. I've grown so much. So I'm proud of myself. I'm very proud of me. I'm proud of the person I've become going through all of that. Like, it was all for a purpose. So you got this. Remember, where there's a will, oh, there's a way. And I will see you next time. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now.